Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna just pick some colors and we are going to make something. I kind of want to use maybe a couple of these hearts. Oh look, there's flowers. Maybe that'll be better than hearts. Let's get some of them out. Maybe 3. I really like this color here. I'll get some of them out. I don't know how many I'll need. Maybe a few of these. Not too many. I think that's all I'll take from that tray. I have this tray here. I've had these a while. Haven't used any. Oh, the lid to it is stuck to the bottom. Let's see. Let's use some of these. I'm just pulling out a pile of each that I'm going to use. And let's get some of these blue ones out. And how about some of these yellows? I don't want wherever that came from. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to close this up and get it off my table. I don't know exactly what I'm going to make yet. Let's see. So here's my color palette. Get them kind of moved over here. Across my workspace a little bit. I don't need that gold chain in our way. Where y'all can kind of see what I'm working with. Now let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want a string and make maybe a double strand? That would be kind of nice. Let me find. With those light colors, I think I'll use the gold. Now I'm aiming at a younger girl's bracelet, so oh my gosh, I don't have my other measures, so let's get this out. 6 inches, plus I want to give myself just a smidge for crimping. I'm not going to make it 6 inches long because it's going to have you know, what do you call it? Words are not coming to me. It's going to have crimps on it, so all right. I am just going to put, because I don't think I'm going to use a pattern, guys. I really don't. So why don't we go ahead and put I need to buy more of these, so I'm going to need 4. I only need these. Well, don't matter what color I use. We'll use the ones that are out. So I say that and I'm like, what did I just do with them? Here we go. Make sure I'm still recording. Okay, get them out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and put my clamshell on this end. And you know what? Let's go ahead and be smart about this because it is going to be a 2-strand bracelet. Put both of my strands through the mouth of the clamshell, or the back of it, out through the mouth, pull them up. I can put both strands on this crimp, grab my bent chain nose pliers, grab a hold of that crimp, flatten it, smush smush. And because there's 2 in there, I really want to make sure that they are both crimped in that very well. We're going to check that crimp. I'm going to do this. I'm pull my clamshell all the way up. I'm going to tug on each individual wire. They're both in there sturdy. I'm going to close that, close it, and give the end a very good squeeze. Okay, now we're ready to bead. I'm just going to I'm not going to really do a pattern. I'm just going to put a bunch on. They don't want to get up on the wire. They're like, no, no, no. We've been in that tray for a long time. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm just being me. And let's find this flower. Get him on there because this is for a child. So, we're going to go ahead and kind of reverse that. There we go. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm having a very, hopefully, quiet weekend. I think I'm going to go ahead and use like a couple of these. Yeah, let's split them with maybe a blue in between them. A pink flower. It's been kind of not real hot the last couple of days here. It's been really enjoyable. It got so hot there for a while that it was just not very nice. It just kind of made everything icky, and like it made everybody grumpy, and you know. Okay, let me measure that. So total length right now we are at 5 inches, not quite 5.5. Once I put the closure on, it'll be at 5.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and clip this end because I want to close them up together. And then we're going to work on this end. Ah, they don't want to pick up. I went with Alan to his friend's house last evening and visited. I've visited with him before. And gosh, I'll tell you what, sitting outside, the bugs were just absolutely horrendous. And I got bit like on the chin. I don't know what by, but let me tell you what, it was like wicked. And they were like sweat beads and things. So I imagine that's what bit me. But my chin is like all sore. I've got a spot on my cheek where something bit me, and I was like, good God. And I'm one of those people that when I get bit, especially on the face, it causes a lot of issues. So I look like I've been, you know, run through a ringer. I think this is a good place to maybe put one of these and the other flower. And that should put him about, oh, I've gone too far. Let's back it up a little bit. I didn't like that blue in there next to it. It looked really bad. I'm still going to leave it. Well, how many inches in is that? Yeah, it's a little past, isn't it? I could take those 3 out and still. Do like a red. One of these. Another red. A flower. Let's see where this lands. Yeah, that would be better. I think that'd be okay. I'm not looking for perfection. Here I am trying to make it look perfectly beautiful, and I'm like, this is for a child. They're not really going to care. You know, they just want something pretty. So yeah, I just kind of, I'm just beading, guys. You know, I wanted to make something, just make something, nothing spectacular. Just making something fun. And I have moved my mouse so it's not quite so close to the table. And so I hope that everything is in frame. I'll never know until I actually like look back at the footage and I'll be like, oh, I was like really, really far off or something. All right. Still got more to go. Now I was working on, I want to do something different with the backdrop behind me that's covering that mirror. And I was moving stuff around. I was like, gosh, you know, I have these little beads here. And I really want to make something with them. One more bead. Doesn't have to be big. There we go. So I'm going to call it quits. So there is a 2-strand. Make sure they're all shoved down. There we go. And then I'm going to open my clamshell all the way up as far as, not all the way, but you know what I mean. Nice and wide so we can get down in there. I'm going to put both ends up through the back side of it, out through the mouth, and pull it down. And this is where you kind of want to almost pet it and say, okay, beads, you need to do your thing and get where you need to be. And I'm going to put my crimp tube on. And I'm going to lay this kind of on top so I make sure it kind of stays loosey-goosey. Doesn't get too, you know, poker straight. And I'm just going to mash this down. And I'm going to make sure that I've mashed it good enough that both wires are in there. And I'm going to give this a tug test. Okay, now I'm going to cut. And when you have two wires together, they cut kind of hard. So I'm going to cut one at a time. I'm going to close it. Give it a gentle smush here, and I'm going to tighten that down. Now we're going to put, I have a small jump ring that's gold there, another one for here. Now I just need a clasp, and they're right here. Actually, I need a bigger jump ring for this, so let me grab one of these. There we go. And we're going to put a clasp on it. Just when I think I have YouTube figured out, they decide, oh, we see what you're doing there. Because I started using some of my personal photos from places I've been at and pictures I've taken for my backdrop on my pictures. And there for a while it worked really good, and then YouTube started not putting my videos out. And I know this because I did not get notifications on my main page for the last 2 videos. So YouTube is like saying, yep, we're going to choke your video down. So anyways, I'm going to be doing something a little different. So there is a quick and easy project making a little girl's bracelet, and I have actually enough there to make another one if I want to, but that's not what I'm up to. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I absolutely think this is the cutest little thing, and I think it turned out to be, let's measure it, just over 6 inches. So I kind of hit my goal at keeping it around 6 inches. But when you put this on, it'll be the inside that measures. So it should be for a 6-inch wrist. And you'd be surprised how big some of these little girls' wrists are. So I think this is adorable. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, guys.